Beatrice Flamini, who spends 500 days living alone in a cave.
She already did this, or like
Yeah, she already did this. She came out, I think, recently. I
it's
want to
like Gollum.
say, yeah, dude. So, yeah, she's a Spanish mountaineer. Well, I'll just read the article. After spending 500 days alone in a dark cave 70 meters below the Earth's surface, assailed by a plague of flies and the odd tantalizing vision of roast chicken, most people would be craving a wash and some company. But after emerging from her subterranean lair in southern Spain a little after 9 a.m. on Friday, uh, so this was like really recent, actually.
Oh
Like,
yeah, that says April 14th of
yeah,
this
like
year. Wow. Yeah.
a week or so ago. And having a quick checkup with a doctor and a psychologist, she was treated instead. Beatrice Flamini was treated instead to a 50-minute press conference in which she endeavored to explain the almost inexplicable. Yeah, I hope they explained why she did it. I was expecting to come out and have a shower, she told the room full of reporters. I wasn't expecting there to be so much interest. That was a rare miscalculation. On Saturday, 20th November 2021, 3 months before Russia invaded Ukraine, the elite sportswoman and extreme mountaineer entered her Stygian lodgings in a cave outside Granada. Grenada? Granada? Yeah, Granada. Like Canada.
Penis. It's not.
Grenada.
Grenadine, you said, Chris?
Grenada.
Grenada.
Grenadian.
Determined to learn more about how the human mind and body can deal with extreme solitude and deprivation. Oh, so I thought it would be like a caving experiment. It's an isolation experiment. Monitored by a team of scientists from the universities of Almeria, Granada, and Murcia, who kept in touch through special limited messaging technology, the 50-year-old athlete from Madrid is now thought to have broken the world record for the longest time a person has spent alone in a cave. That's weird that she's
That's
thought
wrong.
to have.
What's that guy? Who's the guy? He's still in the Nutty Putty cave.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Flamini told the media that she lost track of time after day 65. Holy shit. Dude, it's like a shift that never ends. Asked how she had succeeded in keeping herself sane for so long, she pointed to her expensive experience and mental preparation, adding, I got on very well with myself. Yes, she talked to herself, but never out loud. After all, the silence of the cave, it wasn't my house, had to be respected. The key, she added, was consistency. For me, at least, as an elite sportswoman, the most important thing is being very clear and consistent about what you think and what you feel and what you say, she said. It's true that there were some difficult moments, but there were also some very beautiful moments. And I had both as I lived up to my commitment to living in a cave for 500 days. What an
Jesus
interesting
Christ, dude.
commitment. That's so fucking long. That's almost 2 years, dude.
Yeah.
Did they say how big this cave was? Did I miss that?
No. I have this other article too. Let me see if they have any more.
Because like,
It'd be cool if we had a picture of the cave, huh?
and I would assume there's running water in there. There's no way she could have done that otherwise, right?
I would imagine
just-
so, or at least like because she had a support team. So her support team sent her fresh food and clothes and removed her waste every 5 poos. The rule of no communication, interesting, extended to the world events and personal tragedy. Oh, so she didn't know about Russian invasion or the family death. Interesting.
That's probably part of like the rules, I guess, for the.
Yeah, I would guess so.
Actually, yeah, like I actually listened to a podcast recently where they talked about a woman who was doing like an ultra long bike time trial,
Mm-hmm.
and they ended up failing it, not accepting her break record time because she had like her fiance came out like almost every day to see her. So they said like she got mental support or emotional support
Really?
from that, and it's
Dang.
supposed to be done totally unassisted. Yeah.
Damn.
I would assume that's similar to why she had to do it with like
Yeah.
a lack of support here.
I mean, I kind of get it. It makes
Mhm.
sense. To a certain extent.
If the goal is to do it unsupported, emotional support is a huge
Is
part
a
of
big
it.
thing.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
most
true.
people that quit like a long through hike, they quit because they get lonely and like
Right.
it's the emotions that make them quit. It's not their body usually.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because I mean, it's just you're just doing that shit.
Oh, what else
Forever.
happened with this chick?
Uh. I mean, that's pretty much it. The people,
So how long she went in for 500 days, or she was
500
going?
days, yeah.
Wow.
Ever so slightly irked when she recounted how she felt when the moment came to leave the cave. I was sleeping or at least dozing when they came down to get me. I thought something had happened. I said, "Already? No
Yeah,
way. I hadn't finished my book."
dude, yeah, that's interesting. Like, she would have no concept of like a day, how long
Day
a
or
day
night,
is
yeah.
inside of a cave because there's no cycle
So
of
I
the sun getting to her there.
Yeah, I guess you just get on your
That's
own
wild.
schedule of sleeping whenever you're tired.
That must
Huh.
be an insane transition back
Yep.
to real life
Yep.
after that.
I kind of, it has to fuck up your biology a little bit because the sun provides you vitamin D, right?
Circadian rhythm, is that what it is?
Yes.
Yeah.
But also
Yeah,
just
I
like
mean,
vitamins and science. We're
yeah, did it
plants. We
say anything about
photosynthesize, right?
did it say anything about how she did, like, because I would assume you're right, you need some sunlight, right? Or
Well, it
like
said her team gave her like food and
nutritional,
stuff, so I assume
yeah,
that they
supplements,
slipped her
vitamins and whatnot.
vitamins. Dude, I wonder if she got like any nice things in her food. Like, did she get treats? Did she get to request what her food was?
No,
Or was it just like,
I bet they just would go into the cave and go, "Here's your fucking PB&J," and like throw it in her face and then leave.
no, that's contact, dude. That's contact. They would just throw it down the hole. But yeah, man, imagine fucking living in a cave for 500 days.
That sounds horrible. It sounds. I mean, that's like solitary confinement is often thought of as like a terrible punishment, and that's like solitary confinement with also no sunlight.
Actually, though, I would say it's cooler than solitary confinement. I'd rather be in a cave than solitary confinement because I can explore and shit and like see cool shit, get to
It's
know the
bigger
cave.
than the cells that they usually do
Right.
for that type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas, yeah, in solitary confinement, it's just like fucking bricks. Even if it was the same size, though, I'd prefer a cave to bricks. I would prefer
that's kind of an
being
interesting
in a
question.
natural area.
Would you
you know?
rather be? Would you rather be stuck in like a 10 by 10 room for 500 days, but you have a window and like sunlight, or in a cave, a giant cave, and like you have a light that and batteries enough to last you whatever? Like, is there one that you
Dang.
would prefer over the other?
would
I think I'd
probably take
probably
the
the
cave.
sunlight would be. Ah, man, I don't think I think the sunlight would be.
Yeah.
I'd
It would
really
tempt
miss
me.
that after a
It
while.
would tempt me
I would
too
really
bad.
miss that.
Be
It would tempt
challenging.
me. I would want the freedom of exploring, but being locked up in a box and seeing like freedom is just out there. I just can't have it. That would be too much for me. I would that would bother me more than like, okay, I can explore my little cave and like make a home down here and like this is my little area to figure out,
Yeah, but you'd also you wouldn't it wouldn't take you 500 days probably to explore the whole thing.
Oh, no way. I'm just like, even if I have a small area, it's just like my area to explore versus like a box that somebody put me in. For me, there's a big psychological component to like somebody has put me in here and trapped me in here, you know?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
If I fell down into a hole and were stuck in there for 500 days, that would be less bad to me than being in a similar like situation trapped in a tower or something where I can only look out a window, if that makes sense.
I don't think I would agree with that choice, but I hear where you're coming from.
You get what I'm saying, though.
Yeah, I do.
The
Well, that's
outrageous
cool. So she
slings
just
and
came
arrows
out
of fortune
pretty
I can
recently,
bear.
huh?
Yeah, she came out like a
Couple
week
weeks
ago,
ago.
I guess.
4 days ago is right
4
when
days
that
ago.
article was written.
Yeah. Which is fucking cool. Which I guess now she's consulting with the Guinness Book of World Records, which would be wild if they fucking failed her on a technicality. Because the last record was like 70 days or some shit. She like
Oh my god, dude,
crushes
that would
it
suck,
by
yeah.
like 10 times or whatever. And they're like, sorry, it doesn't count. They gave you batteries. You had to backpack all your batteries in yourself.
Yeah, I would actually be
Mad.
really interested if she did some like interview after a while of being back in the real world of like her talking about that, like what that transition is like,
Oh yeah, definitely a book
because it's
deal, dude.
interesting.
For sure, a book deal.
What did it feel like to come out of that cave and see sunlight for the first time? That must have been like horrible, honestly. I feel like at that point, like it's probably incredibly blinding.
There's a joke about your mom here. There's a joke about emerging from your mom into the sunlight
Like,
here. I
what if
just don't know.
every time she goes outside now, unless it's night, she just like it's so bright.
That's
Her eye.
what I'm saying with the
Plausible.
skin stuff. It must fuck up your skin. How pale would you get?
Yeah, her
dude?
skin too. Yeah.
Vitamin D.
Yeah, I would be curious about physiological changes that it would cause. Because there was a couple years when I lived in the basement at my parents, and it fucking permanently changed my body to be more cold hardy. Because it was always like 40 to 50 degrees in the basement. Maybe not 40, but 50 to 60 degrees in the basement. It was fucking cold all the time. And I swear my body just got used to being cold, you know? And now I can't be in heat, but I can be in cold. I don't know. It was weird. It just seemed like I acclimatized to being colder. Which imagine what your body would acclimatize to in that kind of environment. I don't know. Wild to think of.
Yeah. No, I once you're. I think I'm gonna have. If I lived somewhere where it was colder after living here for a while, it would definitely be a big adjustment. Because it doesn't really get that cold here. Let's see. What time? I got You got anything else you want to talk about revolving around that cave thing?
No, that's
Or
all I've got
caves
on that.
or whatever? Oh,
But just
well,
let me know, because I got a whole list here, buddy.
Oh, yeah, thanks for the top. Thanks for bringing it up, dude.
Yeah.
Hold on, actually, hold on.
Walk. Yeah, give me